everybody. Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network here on YouTube. And today is Thrifty Thursday. And before I get started, though, I just wanted to tell you yesterday, Remy and I, so Brick Literacy and I, have been hosting these review shows for LEGO Masters New Zealand. And it started because we were originally going to do LEGO Masters US, but they've postponed it to the fall. So we decided, why don't we do LEGO Masters New Zealand? I've got a bunch of New Zealand friends. We can have them on as guests. And yesterday, in the middle of the chat, one of the contestants actually showed up in the chat. And it was like, whoa. And based on that, as well as I already know Dan from the team, Dan and Jono, I already confirmed with Dan, he will be on the show. We're really targeting for him to be on episode 6, which should be around July 13th for us, July 14th for him. Hey, Zach Martinez, happy Thrifty Thursday. Yeah. But yesterday, it just kind of, at first we thought we were being punked because Mr. Yvonne and Z showed up in the chat, and it was Glenn, and he was talking about the builds. And we're going, wait a minute, do we have a celebrity in the audience? And it was revealed it was Glenn of Team Glenn and Jake. And I was blown away. So it was really cool. And then I posted about our surprise guest on my Instagram account. And Georgie from Team Georgie and Andrew commented on it. So you never know. We might get a few LEGO Master New Zealand contestants on the show. Super, super excited. And it was serendipity because we weren't sure what we were going to do for the next several weeks before September rolls around. So it's super, super exciting and really glad to share that good news with everybody. And yes, OMG, amazing Wednesday show. Congrats. I know. It was surprising and it was great because he also shared with us some little details about the build that you didn't see on the show. For example, inside the teapot, there were little mini cucumber sandwiches and scones, or scones as they say it. So it was just so much fun to have the inside look, and it was completely unscripted. It was like, and even Remy and I were talking about it after the show, and we were saying, yeah, we weren't sure if we were being punked. So it's like, should we boot the guy, or is this for real? And thankfully, he revealed himself, and it was just a really fun addition to the episode. So super, super excited. And we're going to have Jake Roos's wife on next week. I had already planned that. So maybe he heard about it from Jake and decided to just kind of listen in. And then Georgie has been posting on the Instagram account. So it sounds like she's been watching the episodes too. So super, super excited. And if you're watching any of the LEGO Masters New Zealand contestants, happy to have you on the show. So just reach out to me, Brickanista, pretty much everywhere. Great to have you here. So, but today is Thursday, and I focus on sets that are $20 US or less. And today we've been talking about the Brick Scouts recently, and they just released these patches. So these dots patches, this is the adhesive one, the one with the blue label on top, and then this one is the stitch-on one with the purple. So I figured we'd open these up, check them out. Maybe we can build something, maybe a little mosaic or something out of that. I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks like because I don't have a particular design in mind. Maybe this is something we could do interactively. Aloha! How are you, Vicarious Brickstress? Good to see you. It's going to be a really cool insight from a married partner of a contestant. Yes, I know. How crazy is that? That is so funny because when I reached out to my friends, so I have a bunch of friends in New Zealand because I had gone down there several times. And as you heard from the first episode, I got adopted by Kingy's family, or Fanau. And they, I've just had a really strong connection with New Zealand. So when Remy and I were talking about what are we going to do during this gap while we're waiting for LEGO Masters Season 3, and I tell you, the Kiwi people are just so nice anyway. And just the fact that they've been tuning into our show. I have less than 300 followers, and they popped in on my show. It was awesome, or my channel, I should say. It's actually both my show and Remy's show. We've been doing these reviews, kind of. It actually started last year when he was doing that with Yano, Femme from the Block, and then he took a break, and then I jumped in to help, and now we're doing it together, so it's so much fun. Pardon my excitement. Warriors won. Oh, okay, congratulations. No problem, it's okay. And yes, purple or lavender, depending on who you talk to. So yeah, so the lavender is the packaging for the stitch-on one, and then if you get the adhesive one, it's, I guess, not quite, I'm sorry, my green screen is acting a little weird, but yeah. So it's this, it's not azure and it's not regular blue. It's that medium blue, I think, which I love. I love medium blue, but we'll break them open and we'll see. And the other thing I figured, depending on how much time we have, is I did pick up one of the stunt bikes. So this one, this is the one with the chicken head, which I just thought was hilarious. And it's only 10 pieces in this. It's called the Chicken Stunt Bike. So I didn't put that in the promo because I wasn't sure if you're going to do it today or maybe some other time. Because they have 5 different ones that were in the store. But come on, the guy has a chicken head. It's hilarious. I've been meaning to ask when they do the show. What time of day is it for them? Okay, for them, so we broadcast at 6 o'clock Pacific time, and they are Thursday at 1 p.m. So it's really great because they could take a late lunch. So my friend who was on last time, as you know, organic crafter, so Kath Cherry, she took a late lunch, and then I knew she had to get back to work. So she dropped in for about an hour. And what was great is she shared a lot about cricket and how important cricket is to New Zealand. So having that little insight from a Kiwi is always nice. Those stunt bikes are amazing. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I was thinking maybe we'll dedicate a whole episode to stunt bikes because these are $7.99 each. And I figured we'll play it by ear. We'll see how this episode goes because I really wanted to focus on the dots because we've been talking about the Brick Scouts and patches, and these are, you can either get them as adhesive or as stitch on, and I'm kind of curious to see if the colors are different in each one. So I think that'll be fun to do. Can't wait for the bathtub one. I know. The bathtub rubber ducky one is going to be epic. I'm excited about that too, but that doesn't release until August 1st. So maybe that's what we do. That's only in a oh wait, August 1st. That's in about what, 6 weeks? Yeah, that might be a while. Maybe we'll do one a week. Maybe we could do that. We can maybe do one a week in addition to whatever I'm building that week. So anyway, so that's the plan, is we're going to work on the dots ones today. And like I said, I was just so excited about what happened yesterday. It was completely threw us off. Because, and also he didn't show up as like G Knight. His name is Glenn Knight. And it was kind of like, you know, who is this Mr. Evans? But now we know. So that's really cool. All right, so let's see, something is off. Hold up, I need to adjust something. There we go. My other screen has my head cut off, so I've got to adjust it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and transition here. Hold up. All right, and I put this corgi here because it's a corgi. Of course, I'm going to do that. But I got this notepad from a friend of mine as a gift, and when I put the dots straight up like this, it gets a glare from the overhead light. So I figured I would do it this way. And so these are the two that we're going to be working on. I have a feeling they'll probably sell more of the adhesive type rather than the stitch-on ones. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what the pros and cons of each one are. Shucks, how to work yesterday. Thankful for being able to watch on the tape delay. Yeah. Okay, so why don't we start with the adhesive one and just see where this is. But yeah, like I said, when you watch the replay, you'll see that I think Remy actually says, "Do we have a celebrity in the house?" And it's like, "Who is this?" We zoomed in and took a look, trying to look at the photo, and it was just funny that he goes, "Oh, I'm Glenn of Team Glenn and Jake." It's like, wow, that's cool. All right, so as you can see, it's just a small box. There's not a lot in there. These are $5.99 US, just so you know. And so this is interesting. On the back, it is a double stick tape on this 3M, and I'm just feeling it that I probably should look at I don't think I have one handy. I'm not in my build space, but you could tell the back is different from a regular plate because this is an 8x8 plate, and normally on the 8x8 plate they have tubes on the back for the connecting to um, other Lego, and this is definitely different. Here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. You can kind of see that it's flat, so then that way you can stick this onto a surface. When I looked at some of the promos, they were suggesting you could stick it onto like a book or something like that. I don't think you are actually supposed to put this onto clothing, which is why I think the stitch-on one is more for backpacks and clothing versus this one, which I think is for books and stationery and things that are solidly flat. I do think it's interesting though why they have the center open. I don't know if that was to save on cost or just because you would think it would just be a solid square. But okay, we'll see. We shall see. The mega pack has 5 different colored plates and new printed dots. Yes. Yes, but that's over $20. So since this is Thrifty Thursday, you could only get one. Ah, here's another use for it. Is you could put it on your cell phone. So interesting. So if I wanted to, on my cell phone cover, I could put this dots adhesive patch. So something to think about. All right. So they give you a couple different designs. This dinosaur is super cute, and that's I think the one that they have on the cover of the box. Oh, where did my box go? I just had it. Here it is. Yeah. So they have this cover design. So maybe we'll do that. Sorry, forgot about the price limit. Oh no, don't be sorry. The plate is slightly thicker than a base plate. Yeah, it's thicker than the base plate, but I think it is. So let's look at the side view. I should have had a plate here. I have a thin plate here. Here is a thin plate from a build I was working on. So compared, oops. This is what happens when I have cords all around. I just knocked the cord. All right, so this is a good question. All right, so if you can kind of see that you can't connect these. So it has kind of the feel of a base plate, and it is definitely thinner than a regular plate. And I don't have a base plate handy, but I'm gonna take it on Vicarious Bricks, just her investigative skills, that it does feel like it may be a little thicker because it doesn't have the pliability. If you look at a regular base plate, it is very flexible. This is not. Curious, is the plate the same width as a regular 8x8? Good question. I think it is, because here is here's an 8x10 plate, and it does fit on there, so it should be the same as an 8x8. It's just the back, as you can see, since it's flat, and it's more designed like a base plate rather than a plate. So that's a good observation, Vicarious Brickstress. Have you actually purchased one of these, Vicarious Brickstress? That's very interesting. Yeah. I think that, clearly they're marketing this towards people who want to customize their books and their cell phones and things that are flat. But I'm guessing, in fact, maybe this is a good comparison. Maybe we should go ahead and open the other one just to grab the plate out. So here's the other box. Yep. Oh, so you already got some of these. Okay. All right. So Vicarious Brickstress has already done the investigation. Did you get the adhesive ones or did you get the Dots Diva? Okay. Did you get the both of them or just the adhesive one? Okay, I'm going to set these aside so they're separate. All right, so this is interesting. Oops, oh, I keep hitting that cord. Grr. All right, let's see if that'll stay. Don't have the stitch on. Okay, well, you may want to get the stitch on because I have a feeling these are going to be used for mocks. Check this out. It is flexible and it has the same kind of flat pattern on the back, but it reminds me of a Dots bracelet. So it has this flexibility, so you can put it on clothing and backpacks and some other things. And the stitch on part is just on the perimeter. So it looks like when you're using a needle and thread, you would just be using it on the perimeter of this. And as a comparison, you have an 8x8, a full 8x8 that you can work on. This one is 6x6. So that's interesting. How's the bendability? Would it work on a curved surface? It might. It might work on a curved surface. I'm looking for something close by that is curved. I have my cup here, but it's full of water. Might be able to do a top-down view. So here's a cup. So you might be able to do something like that. But you'd maybe take the adhesive and put it onto a curved object. But I think they clearly designed this for two different purposes. And it's interesting because I didn't notice this now that I've opened it, though I now notice it, is that this one is a 6x6, whereas this one is an 8x8. So that's something also to keep in mind. Yeah, so if you are the Dots Diva, then this is similar to the size of what we're doing with the Brick Scouts. In fact, this might actually make almost like a good tray underneath the box. So you might have a box and then this would be the very bottom and connecting, because I'm just double check on this, that this, yeah, this does connect. There is clutch power here. So if we're building those 6x6 boxes, in fact, I might just go ahead and do that. I might plan on that. My next one might have a 6x6 box with this kind of as a lip underneath. Well, I was hoping the adhesive one would have had the same bendability. Yeah, I was hoping that too, but it's not. It is clearly a plate. And as Vicarious Brickstress mentioned, though, it is thinner than a regular plate. So it's about half the width or height, I guess I should say. I have the Levi's jacket. It catches a lot of people's attention with two 6x6 stitched on plates. Oh, okay. So you have, I thought you said you didn't have the stitch on one, or did you stitch that on your own? You already were way ahead of Lego and did that, but you could see it's definitely thinner. And then if we look at this one is super thin compared to the other one. It's, let me see if it compared the two together. You can kind of see it's, yeah, it's interesting. This definitely feels lighter and thinner and more flexible. This is more the feel of a regular plate, but it is definitely not the same thickness. So if you're building something, that will be off a little bit. Levi's, oh, the Levi's Lego collab a couple years ago. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so did the Levi's Lego collab have this kind of patch already? So was that like a pre-release of them releasing it on their own? I think it's interesting. Just, you know, the flexibility is definitely feels like a Dots bracelet as far as how flexible it is. And I'm sure they use the same technology because they need to make sure there's enough clutch power when you're putting these on. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, I think, you know, if I were to, let's just say if I'm going to put this on the back of my cell phone case, and this might have been part of their design, is just thinking about how large are they going to make these, right? Because the other one's a 6x6. This one's an 8x8. This one is a little, I don't know, this one's a little too big, I think. I think a 6x6 would have been better for my cell phone case. But I have, this one's an S8. So this is an Android S8, so it's a smaller profile. So this will probably be good on a bigger cell phone case, but maybe, I don't know, on a box lid, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure how much I would use this one. I would, and it's funny, I thought the attached adhesive one would probably be more useful, but now I'm kind of leaning towards this. Because if you see this, if they had made a 6x6, that would have been a better one to put onto the back of a cell phone, in my opinion. They were machine stitched on already, no big holes around the perimeter. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, these holes are, they look, I don't have my needle and thread with me because they're in storage, but they do look like they will definitely serve the purpose. So I think, why don't we do this? We will follow the instructions like they had suggested for these. And let me just, I gotta always get the framing right. Let's put this here. Let's see, zoom in a little. I think that'll work. Brick Scouts doing boxes next month too. I think we're gonna decide on that. I think, didn't we talk about possibly doing bracelets next time? Something like that? Me too, Zach. The more colors, the merrier. Yeah. All right, so these are the colors that came with this. Let me just make sure I'm not covering them up. I moved the other ones aside. Okay, I think these two. Hopefully I didn't mix up the I didn't mix up the bags. I hope not anyway. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and do the suggested one. Oh, here we go. Let me show you some more advertising. Okay. So here, let me zoom out a little on this. All right. So this goes back to, this is kind of the designs that they were suggesting for this. It says boost up your models. And here's the design we're going to work on, this little dinosaur thing. And it looks like they have decorations. Let me zoom in some more on this. All right. So they have some decorations here on the wall, or on the side of a, I guess like maybe those big luck boxes. This might be a good way to use them. Here's the one we're working on. And it looks like they have a bracelet. So they have, you know, little code. So this is all part of the dots line, but here's the stitched one. And that is a clever use too, is to put it onto one of the beanies to do that. Yeah. Now, okay. Oh, I didn't know this. You could win something if you give them product feedback. I could say product feedback. Look at the review. Here's the URL of my link to YouTube. Here, watch this for an hour or so. All right, so let me get this design up front. We can modify it, but this is super cute. As you can see, it's got the clouds. It's got this little dinosaur. So we're gonna work on that. But yeah, super cute. And I'm gonna just have to apologize ahead of time that I'm gonna have to do this with me facing, so it'll be this direction, and then I'll just turn it every now and then to show you. Now this is just plain dots. I think, Vicarious Bricksters, didn't you say that there were some special printed dots? Or maybe that's in the new bracelets. But these just look like regular dots here. Here, I'll put them into the main frame. You can see they're just regular dots. No special printed dots here. Did anyone else get in their Lego order in for the latest gift with purchase? I actually went to the Lego store today because I knew that these patches, these would not be in like your drugstores and stuff. And I almost bought something, but I said, you know, they didn't have a couple things that I was looking for. One of them was the Jurassic Park Research Center, which is 100, or actually they had it, but you have to spend $150 to get the gift with purchase. So I wasn't ready to pull the trigger because I'm still trying to decide whether to do that or to do the Friends Theater. And I did take a photo of this in the Lego store. They had the Friends Theater, and the Friends Theater was Muppetized, for lack of a better term, is they had the Muppets in there. And a lot of people have been doing that. They've been using the Muppets and creating the same scene, but using the Friends Muppet, or Friends, what do you call it, the theater. So yeah. Oops, oops. I should pay attention. I got this cord in the way, which I'm starting to think maybe I should move this cord because I've already bumped it twice. And I think I have enough power in here. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. Let me hold on a minute while I take this power cord out. Oops, oops. Sorry about that. I've hit it twice already. I know it's in my way, and this shouldn't be a very long stream. I think we'll be fine. Did you order, Zach? Sounds cute. Muppets in the theater. Yeah, a lot of people have been doing that. They've been taking that theater set and then putting the Muppet figures in there, which I think, you know, from a product positioning point of view, they probably scheduled it that way, so people would be doing that. Yeah. And I've also been on the fence. I mentioned in a previous stream that I was going to buy something for my birthday, but I was waiting until now so I could get the gift with purchase. And they had the Daily Bugle there. So I was like, oh, do I get the gift with purchase and buy the Daily Bugle? Or do I wait? I just wasn't ready. So, so I just decided to wait for now. But so you can see we've got the clouds forming here. And I think maybe this is a moon. I don't know. It's cute. It's cute, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. It goes back to, I look at the store and I look at all the prices, and the Daily Bugle is $300. The Jurassic Park is $120. The Starry Night Van Gogh is like $170. So I mean, there's plenty of things you can buy if you want, but it's like you just got to make decisions. And then you have to ask yourself, when am I going to build this, right? Because since I stream, and Thrifty Thursdays is one of my favorite things to do, I just said, you know, I got to prioritize. So I bought these today because as much as I wanted to pull the trigger on the Daily Bugle, I was like, I don't know. So very, very cute. The Optimus Prime. Ooh, yeah, that would be good too. Like the Cracker Jack commercial. What'd you get? You got Optimus Prime just because I want that hideout really bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. It's like I said, it goes back to, I think I will get the Daily Bugle eventually. But I kind of have a pre-announcement, is that now that I have this full-time job, I can afford something I've wanted to do for a while. And that is, I'm looking at renting space for a studio. Because right now, I think I mentioned to you, my entire living room is full of Lego. All these projects I'm working on. And I can't really use it as a living room. So I'm right now I'm looking at different space options, and I want to do that because I can't really work on anything big. You know how you want to work on something big and you have to do it in stages, but then you have no place to put it. So there's two problems with that. One is you have no place to put it. And then if you want to go larger, you don't have space to grow. So I'm thinking, I've been thinking about this for a while, that I may be doing Thrifty Thursdays here at my apartment because I can do things, smaller things here. And then when I work on the bigger sets, or if I'm working on a big mock, I could do that in the new studio. Tell me you're going to straighten those dots. It's making me cray cray. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I have to, I'm working at an angle. So cut me a little bit of slack because I am working at an angle here. But I get it. I totally get it. Sorry. Let's see. Let's get this straight so Vicarious Brickstress doesn't start having a seizure. Okay, is that better? Were you worried about this top one? Some of the circular ones don't look too bad. You're teasing, okay. It does look better though, so I'm glad you asked. But yeah, so that's kind of a pre-announcement. I've been thinking about it, but now that, and there's another reason for that too, is that I'm going to be looking at doing a big build for BrickCon. And I've been toying with this idea for a little bit, and I won't say too much more, but let's just say the timing is really good because BrickCon is in October, and if I start in July, so that's why I'm looking now, because if I find a good studio spot, then I can start moving my stuff July 1st and have 3 solid months to work on a very, very big mock. And that would be like my largest mock that I would ever take to a show. So that's part of the reasoning for that too. And I kind of think of it as an investment, just like other artists have studios in order to, do their work. I think I've reached that point where I think I need to get more serious about it. You would be a bear of a judge. You are the dots diva. So I got to respect that. Okay, let's see. How straight is that? Is that better? Are you getting excited for Bricks by the Bay? Yes, I am getting excited. And it kind of goes back to when you build, especially for a show, something that looks big in your apartment, when you bring it to a show, it is dwarfed by everything else. So for example, I brought my my ramen shop, which I thought, oh my God, this is great. It's like 2.5 stories tall. It's got this big, sign on the top, and it's got the chopsticks. And then I bring it to the show, and it looks puny. It looks so small compared to everything else. Someone mentioned having it and how cool they thought the logo with the stag is. Oh, interesting. Not a not a bigger place with a dedicated room. I thought about that, but there's also a psychological change. When you get a dedicated space for your work, then when you go to that space, you know you're going to be working on something important for that build. And I think there's a psychological aspect to it that I think is important too. And it reminds me too of Tiago Catarino. As you know, I mod for him on occasion. And he got to the point where it was also distracting because he would have obligations with his family. And then for him to work and concentrate on what he was doing, he ended up getting a studio and moving all his Lego to the studio. So then that way he goes to the studio, does his work, and then his family also needed the room for, a growing family and some other personal needs. So I was kind of like, I'm at that point where I'm thinking, I could get a bigger spot, but it's very expensive here in Seattle. I think I mentioned my lease is up here in October, but I was looking at comparable places and it's expensive. It's amazing. Oh, Brick Jedi's here. Hey, how's it going, Brick Jedi? Yeah. Yeah, so we're working on this. This is one of the brick patches. So this is one of the new brick patches. This is the adhesive one. So it's got adhesive on the back, and it's similar to a base plate, but it's slightly thicker. And this is an 8x8 profile. So this is the adhesive one, and then we'll be working on the other one soon. So yeah. Yeah, but I've thought about it. And if I lived someplace like Dallas or, I don't know, Arizona, because it's a lot cheaper to live there. But, I have a nice apartment. I'm on the top floor. I have a nice view of the river and the woods. It's dog friendly. There's a lot of reasons why I should stay as well. And also my neighbors. I really love my neighbors. And that's important too. Makes sense then that the studio, no wonder my living space is neglected, but my build room is immaculate. Well, see, that's the thing is, I think the other thing is that um, I haven't had visitors because of COVID. So it was a good excuse to not have to worry about my living room being my build space. And there we are. So cute. That's our little mosaic. So I can sort of relate, Brickanisa. I'm bummed again. I don't have anything to display this year at Brick Rodeo. I felt intimidated that nothing lived up to where and how I wanted it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. We're our own worst critic, right? And I think that's part of the issue, especially when you go to a convention and you see all these amazing builds. And some of the people, they have huge build spaces, right? They live in a house in an area that isn't as expensive as Seattle. And so that's why I was looking at some work. They're kind of called co-op maker spaces. So I'm looking at that. Grandma, what big teeth you have. Yes, it is adorable, though. You got to admit, that is adorable. And I'm also part of the Jurassic Park collab. So, in a way, that kind of applies to what I'm doing. I might change it up a bit, but, this is. We're already 40 minutes into the stream, surprisingly. I'm surprised it's already 40 minutes in. So I think what we'll do is we'll just do the two. Here's the other one. So Brick Jedi, since you just joined, this is the adhesive or the stitch-on one, and you can tell compared to the other one. This one is an 8x8 profile. This one is 6x6. So it's a 6x6, and it's highly flexible. So you can put it onto fabric and not worry about it. Though I guess if you're putting it on fabric, you know what I would do? I'm thinking if you do a stitch on, okay, here's my recommendation. Stitch this onto a Velcro patch, because then you can peel the whole Velcro off and then wash your clothes. Because if you try to sew this on, then you have to wash it, then you're gonna have to peel everything off. So what they should do, okay, Lego, if you're listening, this should have been marketed with a Velcro patch. So then that way the Velcro patch this could be stitched onto the Velcro patch. Then you stitch on the Velcro, the other side, onto your piece of clothing. And then you can preserve this. So then that way, you can. Anyway, just a thought, maybe for version 2.0. Yeah, okay, so this is the Brickanista's recommendation. I would say buy some Velcro, the ones that are in the big sheets so you can cut them to size, and then sew this onto the Velcro because it's a stitch on. You won't, you might be able to get some adhesive, but you might as well take advantage of the stitching. So maybe we'll do that on another episode. Maybe that's what I'll do. It's like BR23. I will have some. Oh, BRB. I will have something for sure. Oh, Brick Rodeo 23. Okay. Thought you were saying you're going to be right back. Okay, so so we did the little dinosaur here for that. And let's see what the other recommendation is. But look at all these dots you have left over. I mean, you get a ton of dots. So that's good. And I know I don't have a lot of these blue. So I'm excited about this blue. Also, this lighter blue is nice. So having a nice combination, that's the palette. That's the color palette for that one. Okay, so let's look at this now. We got this, and as I mentioned earlier, this came with the lavender box. And I think if it's similar to the other one, aha. Oh, look at this. They actually give you instructions on how to stitch. So it's actually telling you how to do the stitching. You thread it this way and over, and then you end up with this pattern. Oops, sorry, I'm in the way here. So that's nice. They give you the stitching instructions, and they give an example here. So they want you to stitch it on first and then put on the dots. Okay. And then after you, with everything put together, then you have it on your design. Interesting. Well, we're not going to do that here today. Maybe I'll buy another one and try it their method. You're thinking you're going to slap some adhesive tape on the stitch patch. Call me crazy. Well, see, that's the thing. If you truly want this to be on a fabric thing, they should have thought about Velcro, or like you said, an adhesive tape on the patch. I don't know. So I'm sure the product designers probably had this discussion about what they were going to do. So here's some suggested designs. So let's see. Let's start with this. So I kind of like this one. Oh, and they have a bee. My friend is into bees. But I like this one so far, of the suggested designs they have. This one's cute with the little heart over there. You know, this design would be good on one of our boxes that we're doing, those rainbow boxes. I'm thinking I'm just going to, duck tape or gorilla. Crazy. Vicarious Breakfast, yes, laugh out loud. I guess, is this a crab? I have no idea what that is. Okay, I think this one is the one I'm leaning towards, but we have one more design that they suggested, and that's this. Oh. Oh, yay? What does that say? O-H is what I got. I don't know. Oh, yay, maybe? You should do your panda logo. Yes, I think I should, but right now I'm not in my build space. I'm in the green room. So I don't have all of my things together. But yeah, I think you're right. I think, you know, maybe putting a big panda face on here would be perfect. Oh, yay, yeah. Okay. So this is interesting. You know, the last one they gave you the line of products. So here's the other thing that they're talking about. Like, you know, what will you put together? And then here, you know, they talk about getting more dots to complement this. And then you can make some with these cool other designs, because these are the ones with the printed dots on there. Chanting panda, panda, panda. Well, we might be able to do one. I mean, we've got black and white here. So why don't we do this? We'll do, we have time. Let's do what they suggest first, and then maybe we'll put a panda in there. I think that was a smiley face with the tongue out. Oh. Which one? This one? That's a smiley face with the tongue out? Oh, maybe. Yeah, you're right. I see it now. It's got a yellow tongue, though. That's kind of weird. Yellow tongue. It ate mustard. Yeah, that is weird. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do this design because I think it's beautiful. This one. So we're gonna work on that, and then maybe we'll make a panda. But just looking at that design, I think we get some translucent purple in here, which would be awesome. That would be great. One big buck tooth. A yellow buck tooth. Yeah, that's what it is. Yellow buck tooth. So, yeah, so Brick Jedi, I don't know if you were on the show yesterday, but one of the contestants from Lego Masters New Zealand showed up on our chat. It was like he went by Mr. Evo NZ or Mr. Yvonne's, and we were going, "Who is this?" We thought we were being punked, and it was actually Glenn from the Glenn and Jake. That flower looks like an English rose, a Windsor rose. Yeah, maybe, maybe. It's beautiful, whatever it is. So we're gonna do that. So here, I'm looking at the photo, and I think there are some trans. No, maybe not. So I guess I thought these were going to be trans lavender, but if Debo Bricks were here, he would be all over the lavender. He loves lavender. So yeah, interesting. Okay. So yeah, I will say the instructions are a little unusual for this, but we'll make do. We will make do. Oh, I see. Interesting. Maybe they are trans. Wait a minute. Oh, this is trans purple. Okay. Okay, it is a trans purple. It just looks solid here because I have a green mat. That's the problem. Okay. All right. Well, good. I'm glad we figured that out. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Wow, I'm surprised. And okay. Yeah, so another thing I was looking at when I was at the Lego store was the Batman Mosaic. And that goes back to, that's probably not something I would stream because I mean, this is a small set, so streaming this isn't too bad, but to stream a full mosaic being done, I think I wouldn't torch you guys with that. I think that would be too much. Oh, nice. That's so cool. I was only able to tune in for a second yesterday, so I missed that. Yeah. He showed up about I think an hour and 15 minutes into the chat. It was during the time the kangaroo build was being discussed because it was right before his build. And he tuned in and he started chatting with us. And then Remy said, "Do we have a celebrity in the audience?" It was like, yeah, it was great. It was just, we hadn't invited him. He must have heard about us somewhere. I'm suspecting he heard about us from Jake because Jake's wife is going to be on our show, and we're going to get the perspective from a spouse about what it was like, you know, watching the show and knowing what Jake is like at home. It'll be a good insight. So, and that was serendipitous because my friend who agreed to be on the show, she was telling her friends at work, and then one of them said, "Oh, my husband is on the show." So I was like, "Cool, let's have her on." Waiting for the 1x1 round dot in purple, medium lilac. Oh, you mean this one? That one? Yeah. Yeah, so you might want to get this just for the dots. Yeah, the dots are nice. But yeah, so when Mr. Yvonne's showed up on the stream, Remy and I were like, "Are we being punked?" Like somebody like making fun of us, and it was really him, and he gave us some personal insights into the build, like the fact that they put in cucumber sandwiches into the teapot. Like you wouldn't know that because they did so much editing on the show, and they're hard to see. So that was really cool that we got that little bit of insight from him. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised. He works during the time that we're broadcasting, so he may lurk or show up in the chat again next time. Now that he knows we exist, he might do that. Or some of them. Oh, and Georgie made a comment on my Instagram post, so she knows that we exist too. So yeah, it's fun. And this is something we hadn't planned on this. because we were going to do Lego Masters US. We had to pivot since Lego Masters decided not to broadcast right away. So in a way, it kind of worked to our advantage. So I'll just show you this. It's coming together really, really nicely. Really love this. Did I see the Starry Night at the Lego store? Yes, I did. It's beautiful. It's really, really nice. You got it mainly for the sideways and roundabout builds of the stars. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, that, what's the other cool thing about that is that Lego partnered with the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art. I think it's in New York. Well, they partnered with one of the museums, one of the MoMAs. There's so many MoMAs, and being able to partner with them, that's another place that they can sell it. So you can imagine now you can go to the museum and then buy one of those. Okay, so this, oh, this is interesting because Vicarious Brickstress, we don't use the lavender dots in this pattern. Sorry about that. But we do use these trans ones. So these trans purple ones go down here so you can see. I could replace them with lavender if I wanted to, but I'm following the pattern. 2 colors in the flower petal, yes. You can kind of see that it's the aqua and the white. You can kind of see a different camera angle. It's subtle, but it's just nice and subtle enough to add that dimension to it. Yeah, dots has been a game changer for details. It's really wonderful, and even doing a small build like this, you learn something new that you may not have thought about before. So yeah. And like I said, I wouldn't torture you with a big mosaic build. Can you imagine doing the world map? Doing the world map on a stream. That would be, and I did see the Roman Colosseum also at the Lego store, and that is massive. That thing is what, $550? Debo bricks, dots, and your favorite color, lavender. Yeah, this, you're gonna love this, Debo. This has a lot of lavender in here. I don't know if you can kind of see in the frame. They move more of these in here. Look at this. Look at that lavender and yellow, and you'll love the packaging. It's lavender. This has Debo written all over it. Good to see you, Debo. What's up, Debo? Check out the lavender. Yep, everybody knows Debo is a lavender fan. So yeah. But you missed my show with Remy yesterday, where we were talking about Lego Masters New Zealand, and one of the contestants showed up. Glenn showed up in the chat, and it was like, whoa! They're starting to hear about us. Yeah. So, and then I have confirmed Dan will be on our show. Dan, and he's checking with Jono to be on as well. So yeah. So I have some connections through Twitch. That's how I know Dan. So I've been streaming for about 1.5 years, so I think I've known him through Twitch. So this will be the first time that he's been like on a Zoom call / StreamYard call. Okay, so here we go. So that's a beautiful pattern. I mean, I love the fact, I know my camera is not really showing the subtlety between the white and the foam, or the sea green, sea foam green, I think. You caught the rerun this afternoon. That was wild. I know, wasn't that wild? It was like, oh my God, who is Yvonne NZ? Yeah, no, Remy and I were talking about it afterwards, and we were like, whoa. Yeah, and then Georgie, who's on the show, she responded on my Instagram post. So yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if I've reached out to her and offered to, see if she would like to be on the show with her dad. So we might get them too. Anyway, so between the two, I think personally, I didn't expect this. I think I'm leaning more towards the stitch on, but I would not stitch it on the way they recommend. So in the instructions, they recommend stitching it on like this. So essentially they're saying, put this on, so essentially stitch it together onto your piece of clothing, and put the the dots on. Which, as I mentioned, if it were me, and this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my fabric store and get. Oops, that's my dog hitting the tripod. I would get a Velcro patch and stitch this on the Velcro patch, and then you could just remove it and then wash your clothes without having to worry about the dots. That's just lovely. I know, isn't it beautiful? Yeah, so I think this was a good choice. Okay, so we were talking about maybe making a panda. People were talking about I should make a panda. But this is so nice, but I could always redo this. But let me just first look at what colors I have, because I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough for a panda head. So now I'm going to just combine all the pieces together. Oh, Lena's here. How's it going, Lena? We just finished. Here's the stitch-on one. The stitch-on one is a 6x6 flexible with your holes here. And the other thing, it's a stitch-on patch, but they don't give you a needle or thread. So you got to provide that on your own. They don't even recommend, you know, just looking at this photo, I would think they are recommending embroidery thread, but it doesn't say. So that's, I think, a bit of a letdown. If you're not going to, you know, they could just say recommend embroidery thread, or based on how thick this is, I would not use a regular spool of thread. I would use something like embroidery thread. You know who I would ask is, I would ask the Budgie, the blue Budgie on Twitch. So if you're not following her, she does embroidery and some other things. So I'm going to reach out to her and ask what her recommendation is. But I would say, so two things. Use embroidery thread or a thicker thread, or double thread it and put it onto a Velcro patch, and then put it on your clothing. So, okay, so we were talking about, if I were to make a panda, I might want to put it on the black one, because this one, I don't think I have enough black to put it on here. And this is, it looks black, but this is actually like navy blue. So I'm thinking maybe we do the outline of a panda face here with white with the black. I'm just talking out loud now. Because a panda has black eyes, mostly a white face. Let me see how much white I have in here, because that's the other factor, is the white. Okay, I think I'm going to just make an executive decision, and we'll use this because I just don't have enough black, because everything else is blue. In fact, I don't have any black in here. It's all white and navy blue. So I don't know, maybe I should rethink that. Maybe I should put it on here, and just knowing that I only have, it will be a white and blue panda instead of a black panda. Okay, I think I've pivoted. We're gonna keep this, and we're gonna pivot on this one. You can do it. Okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna just remove these. And once again, this feels like bracelet material as far as the feel of this. These do not come, which is kind of surprising. These do not come with that remover, the dots remover. Maybe because it's at a lower price point, since it's $5.99. But if you got one of those other, I'm trying to think, I think they're $8.99. The luggage tags. If you got one of the luggage tags, I did get the Panda luggage tag, and that, I think, if I remember right, maybe $8.99. A Blanda. Good morning, Hooded One. How are you? We are repurposing this. I just finished talking about the stitch-on versus the adhesive patches. I finally got the shuttle to get the Forestman. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. I was at the Lego store to pick these up, and they were showing the Forestman gift with purchase, and I was like, oh. But they didn't have um, the theater, the Friends Theater. That was one of the things I was thinking about getting. They did have, though, a Daily Bugle. So I was like, wow, maybe I should go for the Daily Bugle. You heard on Tiago's review of the Forestman Hideout, it's going to be offered in August, too. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't finish watching that one, but that would make sense. Okay, so let's see. Ears. Ears would be black. So we're just kind of doing an impromptu panda build by request. So people say, do a panda, which, you know, is on brand for me, right? Doc Sampson's here. Hey, Doc. And by the way, thank you, Doc, for putting the Lego Masters New Zealand on the replay list that you were recommending. Thank you very much. So yeah, we've started getting noticed for our reviews on Lego Masters New Zealand. And we got one of the contestants who just randomly showed up in the chat the other day, yesterday. So you can see we've got the ears kind of going down now. And let's see, we probably want a nose. The problem is I would put a jumper here for the nose because I would want to put, like, I don't know, one of these here in the middle. But I'm not in my build space right now. They need more pepperoni inside. You should check Target for the theater. Yeah, but the problem is if I want to get the gift with purchase, I want to spend that at the Lego store so I can get the gift with purchase. There we go. So we're going to kind of make that a nose, maybe. I mean, for lack of having... Because I've made a panda head before. In fact, Debo has the panda head I made. And I think I did that on stream, too, that one time. Okay, so we need some eyes. Let's move the nose down a little bit, maybe. You know, that might be a little... Figure out where the eyes would go. Yeah, if I go to my build space, then we have the dots with the eyes. But we could go with that kind of for now. And I guess maybe I could move the nose up. I don't know. I'm playing around here. Since this is kind of a group build. You have the panda head. Yes, I sent that to him. A donut is 100% fat-free in the little circle in the middle. Con. Yes, Con the producer, aka Lena Inverse Panda. Yeah. So, and like I said, this is where you have some artistic license. It'll be like, do I put the eyes further out? Yeah, that's not too bad. And this is where it kind of gets stylistic, right? In fact, I saw a build where they used pink for cheeks. And I may have done that on the one for Debo, too. I think for, like, little chubby cheeks. So it might be too close to the eyes there, so maybe we move those back in. That's almost like kawaii style, right? A little bit. Spam the panda. Now it's it's a zoo. You received the forest hideout yesterday. Oh, good for you. Let's see. Now, if we wanted to do a mouth, we do have, let's see. I know we have some of these, but I was hoping we had one of these in pink. I don't think we do. But we could do this. Maybe the panda's sticking his tongue out. maybe. It's a stylistic panda. So that is kind of cute. If you can just work with me and pretend that you see it. Um, Let me see if we. I wonder, should I put some white up here? Yeah, that's not too bad. I love listening to your thought process. Pink cheeks, kawaii desu, panda-chan. Hey, so desu ne. Yeah, I'm just thinking about maybe I should put some white on the outside here. Because the panda's eyes are the ones that are black. In fact, what I did for Debo, if I remember right, let me take these out again, is I put, I think, the black eyes. Let me try this, see if I have enough. Because the eyes around the panda's face are what's black, right? Am I running out of, I think I'm running out of the quarter rounds. Kawaii 5-0. The panda goes UWU. Okay. You see it? Oh, Brick Jedi, how's it going? The ears look more like the eyes. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about that, but we do need the ears. The panda is turned up to 11 on the kawaii mode. You got a spell check. Okay. Took years before I understood the meaning of Hawaii 5-0, and I live here. All right, let me see if I put another one of these white ones out here to almost give it like a rounded the face out. Like I said, I don't know. It's kind of like you take what you got to work with. Okay, now it looks evil. It's like I think it was better without these here. Let's see. Maybe these should go here like that. Let's try that. That way it looks like it's got chubby cheeks. Yeah, that's not too bad. We've got that kind of, it almost looks like Mickey Mouse from that look instead of a panda head. I'm thinking I do need some white up here. Let me try putting some white going across, see how that looks. Because don't forget, I've got to work with what I've got. I don't have my full collection with me. Max Braun! Top of the thrift to you all. Top of the thrift. How are you, Max? Good to see you. Now it's looking like a mouse, huh? It's looking more like a mouse than a panda. I don't know. I'm gonna still kind of play around, see if we can get this more panda looking. So yeah, Max, we're looking at the patches. Oh, that's not too bad. And maybe put another rounded quarter round here, maybe. I mean, it's funny, I had these here earlier and they looked evil, but now that we've kind of filled it out, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. It's a panda with a band. Well, I was thinking I have more white. I could put more white here. So let's see how many white squares I have. It's silly, but it's dots too. I mean, there's only so much you can do with dots. See, this is where having a jumper or two to put on top of this would be good. Doot, 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 doot. It's in Hawaii 5 ounce song. Oh, okay. Thought you were doing the baby shark. A panda with a tongue like a dog. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with, but I don't know. I'm starting to think this bottom part doesn't look quite right. I'm wondering if I should move the tongue up. Let's try that. Let's try moving the tongue up. Let's see if that makes a difference. Or maybe we make it look like he's smiling. That's not too bad. It's like, and this is where you want the dots with the eyeballs, because right now it looks kind of creepy with those eyes. But I think if you put the eyeballs in there, I think it'll look okay. That's not too bad. I mean, considering I don't have a lot of pieces to work with, that's not too bad. Wasn't there a Kung Fu Panda animated movie not long ago? Yes. Yeah, Bandana Panda. Bandana Panda. Oh my God. Debo, you are just so witty. That is hilarious. So I don't know. Do you think? I think this looks better here than on the bottom, because when I put it on the bottom, these white ones look like teeth. You're working on the UCS Millennium Falcon. Oh my gosh, you're at section 1, step 73. Oh my goodness, that's hardcore. Didn't think about that. Yeah, dedicated the build to a deceased coworker, Lego enthusiast. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. It's always hard losing people. So what do you think? Maybe should I maybe not use the squares because it looks like a bandana? Should I maybe curve that a little bit? Is that what I'm hearing? Let's try that so it doesn't look so much like a bandana. Bandana, Rosanna, bandana, panda. What about these? If I use these dots going around. Either that. Here's to Colin Stokely. Oh, sorry, I don't have beer, but cheers to Colin Stokely. How many steps at Hooded One? Okay, what's Hooded One working on? Karate Panda. Well, we've changed it now. Okay, I'm starting to think maybe I should, now that I've put those rounded dots in, maybe we should make these rounder, because pandas are nice and cute and round, right? Let's see. Or maybe I should have done the rounded thing over here, like the bottom. Let's try that. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, so LJ Merrick, who's been on this chat before, that's a little better. It doesn't look like a bandana going across, right? But these eyes definitely look really weird there. I think, like I said, if I go to my collection, I can change this up a little bit, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad the way it is right now. Dottie the Dots Panda. Yeah, I think a lot, but better ask Max. May the clutch be with you. Yes, thank you. Rosanna Panda. Yeah, Rosanna Panda. Rosanna Bandana Panda. That's not too bad. The eyes are still a little weird, and if I had jumpers, I would put a 1x2 jumper here and maybe just change the nose up a little bit. Or here's another option is I make the pink like a part of a nose here and then move the black like a big smile. I don't know. You want to try that? See if that makes any difference. Or if it's just going to look creepier. It might look creepier. Oh, that's not too bad. Because that kind of looks like a mouth now. Because it didn't really have a mouth before. It had the tongue, but the mouth, maybe that looks better with the pink, like a pink nose, pink cheeks, a little bit of black around the eyes. I might actually be able to put more black around the eyes. Let's see. If I do that corner. Here, let me try something here. What happened? Oh, do I not have enough corner pieces? No, I don't have enough corners. Never mind. Never mind. Since we're talking about Rosanna Dana, she also had a character, Emily Latella, I think. And she'd go on about, like, one skit she did was, I want to complain about people talking about canker sores, when it was cancer. And then she went on for a long time and she goes, never mind. Never mind. More eyeliner. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I don't have enough. Or maybe we make these almost look like eyebrows. What happens if we move these down? And but then would it make him look angry? I don't know. It's like, will Pandy ever go to the island of misfit mascots like the panda from South Park? He's not a misfit mascot. Pandy is not a misfit mascot. I don't think he is. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. See, I need more of those quarter rounds. The reason why I'm saying that is the quarter rounds would kind of go around the eyes to kind of make it look more like a panda eyes. So I'm going to try another take on this. Quarter rounds? What? Okay, maybe not. See, I have one quarter round here, but I don't have another one. No! Okay, well, this is a classic rebrick. What we're doing is a rebrick. And with a rebrick, you can only use what's in the box. Okay, that's maybe better, because you know how pandas have the black around the eyes? More eyeliner. Well, Pandy, do you have pink quarter rounds for the ears? Oh, good point. Pink quarter rounds. I don't have, oh wait, I do have pink quarter rounds on this. I can take them off of this. So where on the ears would you put it? Would you put it on the top one, maybe? Panda has Eugene Levy eyebrows. For those of you who don't know Eugene Levy from SCTV, yes. Okay, I'm going to guess, since I haven't gotten a response about the quarter rounds, where to put it. The short round is the Temple of Doom. Okay. The chat is going crazy today. Is that where you want the pink? Or did you want the pink over here where the white is? I know, I'm kind of leaning back towards the original. But you're right, it does have Eugene Levy eyebrows. Let's see. Well, what else can we do? Because, like I said, the part of the problem is I don't have quarter rounds. I have just one right here. So that's the problem. Unless I take them from here and make it's a square mouth. Wasn't Eugene Levy also in American Pie? Yes. He was in American Pie as the dad. He was also in Stripes, I think, with Bill Murray. And yeah, he's been in a lot of films. No time for love, Dr. Jones. Replace the white one and rotate it. Oh, replace this one and rotate it. Oh, okay. I think I see what you mean. All right, we're looking for the pink one. You're talking about like this? Like that? For the ear? I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Let's see. Kind of like that. And I still only have one of these quarter rounds. I'm just trying to see what we can do to alleviate this problem with the Eugene Levy eyebrows. Can we use another color? No. What happens? Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning back towards the Eugene Levy straight eyebrows. Give the panda glasses, a mustache, and a stogie. He wasn't in stripes. Harold Ramis was. That's right. That's right. But he was in Armed and Dangerous with John Candy. Oh, yeah, that's true. I do like the pink ears. That's a good suggestion, Brick Jedi. I wonder, what if we move these? Maybe we put this over here and then put these here. Groucho Marx eyebrows. Yeah, I don't know. These if I do it this way, then it's like somebody said about the Brick Scouts. It looks angry. Angry Panda. Hangry Panda. There's actually a company called Hangry Panda. Okay, I think we're going to go back to the Eugene Levy eyebrows, because I think that's probably the best bet. Unless we want to go with another color. You know, I do have this regular blue, but I just don't know if that blue is going to work. Groucho, the comically offensive panda. Yeah, I wish I had more of these dark blue, but right now I think we're gonna have to work with this. I think. Now I wonder if I just go with all squares, will that work? Putting that square here. That's not too bad. Or like I said, I could put the quarters in there because I do have now 2 of these. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a good day at work. Vaya con nachos, hooded one. Oh my goodness. You guys crack me up. Alright. Well, so I guess we decided this is not a tongue, this is a nose, and then this is the mouth, right, of the panda. Did we decide on that? Every time I see a panda, I say, we don't take kindly to pandas. No! Because of South Park? Yeah. Sexual harassment panda. Yeah. I felt bad for that. It's like sexual harassment panda. Okay, well, that's not too bad. Like I said, if I put those cute eyes on here, I'm just trying to think if I have anything close by that has those eyes. I have a whole drawer full of eyes. I can step aside and go grab the eyes. Maybe I should just do that. Since it's only one drawer, I think we're gonna modify. Let me go grab the eyes. Hey, Panda Bear. We don't take kindly to your types around here. Now Skeeter, he ain't hurting nobody. That's funny when we can take quotes from different lines of pop culture references. Okay, I'm just going to step aside for a moment. Oops, excuse me. I'm going to go grab my drawer of eyes. Okay, I'm back. All right, well, this goes back to, I was mentioning at the top of the hour that I'm looking at some studio space so that I can move my things and actually work on bigger projects. So we're looking at these eyes here. Now, if here's a kind of a signature eye that I've been using. This is like a what do you call it? Like in a car, like a tachometer kind of thing. I've been using those for some of the gifts that I've given. If the eyes are pointing up, rolling, totally Groucho Marx. Sad panda indeed. Sad, sad panda. These came with the crab that was in one of the deep sea ones. But I don't know if I have two of those. Then, of course, there's your classic eyelashes for a sleeping panda. And don't want to use the green headed side ones. Here's your classic eyeball right there. And then we have the angry one, if you want some angry eyes. Unenthusiastic eyes. Studio space. Naomi's getting the band back together. Yeah, I'm actually, since you mentioned it, I'm debating between a studio space for Lego only, or I have a guitar, I have an electric piano, so even doing something like bigger like that too might be an option. We don't know. And then I have these black classic eyes, which might work well for the panda if I put it like right there in the middle of the black. And I do have two of those. Let's try that. Go classic. Pupils up. Pupils up. You're talking about this one? That one with pupils up like that? The crab eyes look like my eyes when I don't care, but I'm trying to be professional and listen. Okay. All right. So let's start with these black ones. Maybe these are too, but the reason why I was thinking about these is because that way, you know, we were trying to get the whole black around, but that's too dorky. Let's not do that. Let's do, let's see, do I have two of these? Let's see what we got in here. I need regular eyes. Oh, I also have some minion eyes in here, but that's not gonna work, but I think they're kind of cool. Those work for a panda. Oh, in my opinion. You're talking about the ones that I put in here? These black ones? Yeah, I guess it just looks kind of expressionless though. Pandy is gregarious and joyful. There's always these too. You know, this has just enough character. And this is why, in a way, it is kind of a signature that I use these. And here, let me try. Let's see what they look like. Like that's a sleepy panda. Like that. Pandas have small eyes. Yeah, they do have small eyes. And if I turn these around, let's see how they look. Then he looks like wide awake when you turn these upside down. Black eyes change the character. Yeah, I agree. I agree. this isn't too bad. This is better than the black only with the white. So that's not too bad based on what we've done so far. Panda's been at the bamboo, if you know what I mean. But the black needs to be on top because pandas sleep a lot. Reminds me of the Ham's beer bear. Okay. Well, we could also go with brick heads if we wanted to. Like I said, this is my eye drawer. Aha. Okay, I've got 2 of these. Let's try this. These are, the classic eyes that you see a lot in some of these sets. Yeah, I think this is probably what we're gonna go with. See, that's definitely giving it more character, right? And maybe we can now. Let's see what we do here. I don't know, that I probably should. That looks really goofy now. I think we have to keep the squares. You're digging it? Okay, cool. Looks good. Okay, so I think everybody agrees those are the eyes we want to use. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try some more things here. I do like the pink. I'm wondering what happens if we put the pink like this. That's not too bad. Get the Lego shovel, I'm digging it. Some puku eyes. Oh no. Is it really though? Some puku eyes? Maybe. I don't know. Pandas have too much grass. Bamboo is categorized as grass. Okay, well, let's see. One more thing I might try is what happens if we make this a square. So then it's got more like chubby cheeks. That's kind of cute. And then it goes back to, should I switch these out and make this the nose, and then the pink is the mouth? Actually, that might be it. That might be the one. Those eyes tell a fortune. It's cute. But what do you think? Should this be the nose or should it be the tongue? Do you think that's too much black around the eyes? Black nose works, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what I started with, and then we switched it around. It's high. As far as the tongue, maybe move the. It's a happy panda, yes. A dark nose. Yeah, this goes back to jumpers. Well, I mean, if we wanted to put the tongue at the bottom, let's switch these out. Let's see what happens when we do it this way. I think this is where I was saying that these look like teeth, but another option is I can change these to rounds. Maybe that's what we do. That's kind of funny. So I don't know, see, this is where the jumpers would come in handy. I do like the rounded cheeks. I do like the little rose thing in the cheek. It's the tongue. Maybe we don't make it a tongue. Maybe we make it just a mouth. What happens if we do that? I don't know. Like I said, I'm thinking out loud here. That's what I do. In fact, if we want to balance this like the cheeks, and let's see. So the question is, what goes in those two dots right there? Oh, now it's a dog. Okay, well, if we're going back to panda look, like I said, we could put those two light, or maybe this is where we put lavender in. 2 pink dots, like round ones, or the quarter rounds. Because I had quarter rounds in like a tongue earlier. That's what I had there before. That panda's eyes and expression have changed 30 times in the last 5 minutes. Fair to say, baked panda is on the menu. Use 2 pink dots or 2 white as a tongue. Okay. I mean, here's another thought. What happens if we just go with round pink? Oh no! Don't have 2 round pink. Wow. We could do squares. Let's see if we do 2 pink squares. What's that going to look like? Baked panda. Now it looks like it's been silenced. This is silenced panda. It could be an open mouth smile. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. So that goes back to looking like a tongue, right? Back to this again. Baked panda. Well, if it's an open mouth inside, I mean, could you also do it this way? So many choices. Let's see. It's like a big smile. I'm not feeling it. Not much of a smile with the round ones. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I think we're back to the tongue. I think the tongue is kind of probably the best option at this point. Try a white jumper for the mouth. Yeah, I thought about that, but I don't have my jumpers here. I'd have to go back and do that. It clashes with the cheeks. As far as the, yeah, that's true. That's why we were thinking about separating it with the white. I think that's probably the best we're gonna get with what we have. I do like, see, the eyes really make a difference. I think going back to get the eyes was important. But the wide smile clashes. Yeah, when I was making it really wide, yeah. No, I think this is either like a small smile or it's the tongue sticking out. But I think that works. I mean, unless, like I said, if you wanted to go with a different color. We also have red. Maybe that's what we do to really contrast with the pink. Maybe we have a red tongue. Let's see what happens. That's kind of cute. because then now it's really obvious that it's different from the cheeks. Should the mouth just be 2 squares? 2 squares of what color? The panda ate an apple. I mean, it's a stylistic choice, right? I mean, given the colors we have here, red or pink, I think, makes the most sense, or black for the mouth. I do like how the cheeks are rounded. I think the cheeks, the chin, and are being rounded like that. Keeping these pink up top for the ears, I like that. I think I like it better with the rounded rather than having it as a circle. So really it's just the tongue. What do we do with the tongue? Do we keep it after eating all that grass? Make it green. I do have green. I do have green here if you want to try that. That foam green. I think it's going to look really weird, but we'll try it. From eating all that bamboo. Good green tongue. Could you put 2 white square parts where the pink on the ears are? Yeah, I could. That looks good, actually. Oh, you like this with the green? Use a white 1x1 square on the left side of the mouth. Oh, so then that way it's like half smiling. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Ah, oh, look at that. It's cute. With a red quarter for the other half. Yeah, I was just going to say that. It's kind of... The red looks better in my opinion. Yeah, the red definitely looks better. It looks like he's kind of smirking now. Okay, so we were talking about replacing the white quarter round with the white square. I'm sorry, the pink quarter round with the white square. Here, let's compare the two. I think I'm still leaning towards the pink. Here's the quarter, and then here's the pink. It's licking its lips. Okay, I think I'm gonna move back with the quarter round here with the pink. That's hilarious. That is super funny. Looks like it's a panda with no mouth on one side. Yeah, I guess it depends. I mean, this could be like midway eating, and we could put the red back again, and it could be like that. I wonder what happens if we move the quarter round. Oops. Yeah, that's looking kind of evil now. We don't want that. Okay, so that one is where it's like sticking its tongue out at you. And then the other one is like it's mid-speech. It's like trying to say something. Could use a clip part and put a green sprout part. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm not in my build area. I'm in the green screen room, so. All right, I think we agree on the top half. Am I right? Just the tongue is really what we're kind of trying to figure out. It's still cute, regardless of where we end up. That's cute. And since Debo's here, I'm just gonna throw in some lavender just to see what a lavender tongue would look like. Because this is the Brickanista Broadcast Network. We do love lavender. Actually, that's not too bad. With the lavender tongue, it's not as harsh as the red. You like the 2 red quarter rounds? I'm just realizing these bending patches make it so much easier to take off dots. Yes, my fingernails would greatly be killing me for not having to grab a brick separator. Yeah, definitely the flexibility. Lavender lug, yes. If this is a mascot for lavender lug, then it's got to have a lavender tongue. And this is not as harsh as the red. Lavender is the way. And it's a nice contrast with the pink. The lavender looks really good in my opinion. Okay, why don't we leave the lavender since this is kind of the lavender lug friendly. Yeah, it looks like the panda ate Kool-Aid powder, yeah. Lavender has good contrast. Yeah, I think so. It's good contrast, but not too striking. Nice balance to the color palette. Okay, I think we have a winner. I think we all agree this is the one. This is the way. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, and I do like the 6x6 rather than the 8x8, and I had to take some parts off of this, so this has kind of been changed up a little bit. It is decided. Well, this is super cute, and if I were to put this onto my, I'm just going to put that on my cell phone just to show you. It's too bad this isn't a stick-on, but like Zach was saying, you could get, adhesive and put this on too. But I think that's a winner. we have the Brick Scouts Panda sew-on patch. If I made a lightning bolt patch, that would be striking. Yes, it would. I tell you, you and Devo with the puns. Two-sided tape. Yeah, two-sided tape. Well, that's essentially what's here. This is two-sided tape. In fact, it even says double-sided tape. Yeah, right here. Here, let me zoom in. See, it says double coat. 9448 alpha. So yeah, if you want to get the exact brand, you can cut it to size and make it your own. But it would be interesting because they used a plate or a plate type of structure, because this, as Vicarious Bricks just mentioned, this isn't the full size of a plate. It's slightly thinner. And then this is similar to dots as far as the flexibility. In fact, here, let's do a flex test. Will Pandy stay together? Flexing. Yeah. Yeah, he does. So, and thank you, Brick Jedi. And thank you for the suggestion. Brick Jedi had suggested that we make a panda, so we did. And I think we all agree this is the way. So if you want to pick up, I think for this one, just looking at the colors, if you just got the patch, you would need to supplement it with these pink. But everything else, and of course the eyes, but everything else I think had the white in there. Let me double check, because yeah, I think there's enough white based on the color palette. You've got the white, the lavender, the dark blue, so you just would need to get some of the pink from the other one. So there you go. And that took almost 2 hours. 1 hour and 50 minutes I've been streaming. Well, that's good. Okay, so I think we answered the question. I was thinking about maybe we'll dedicate another stream to maybe 4 or 5 of these, because these are $7.99 each, and the one I picked up is the chicken. And maybe we'll wait when the bathtub arrives. That's what we'll do. So I'll hold on to this until August. If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine, old Ben Kenobi. I want that quote to be in the Obi-Wan show. Yes. Yes, in fact, I did watch the most recent episode, and OMG, I kind of predicted it, though, because I mentioned a portion of what happened earlier. Did you get the bathtub on order? I did not order it, but it says it's supposed to release on August 1st. Do you think I should pre-order it? Is that what you're suggesting? Maybe? Okay, so yay, we have a Panda Patch. Maybe this is an official Panda Patch for the Brick Scouts. Maybe that's what I should do. I should, because these are not black. These are dark blue. So maybe, yeah, maybe I could put together some kits or something. Because really what it would be is this one, be this, plus you need to add 2 eyes and a couple of pink, because everything else should be in the box. I'll have to verify that. I'll have to verify what's in the box, but yeah, that would be fun. Keep the dark blue. Oh, you like the dark blue instead of black? You think it's better? Okay. Yeah. And that makes it, yeah, all part of the kit. So you can essentially make this with your kit, but you're going to need 2 pink rounds, 2 pink quarter rounds, and 2 eyes. But I think everything else you can make with what's in the kit. You saw the Ernie minifig from Sesame Street in the bathtub with his duck, yeah. Brick Scouts mascot, the panda. Yeah, this could be the Brick Scouts mascot. That's true. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go full screen. So thanks everybody. This has been so much fun. We did a panda build. Thank you, Brick Jedi, for suggesting it. Yeah, the blue works well. Yeah, and it's already in the kit, so you don't have to add anything new. Just the 2 eyes and the 2 round pink and the 2 quarter pink. And then that would mean, you know, Brick Scouts patch. Iron-on, or not iron-on, this is the stitch patch. You like the brick with the eyes. Yeah, you're talking about these, the ones you saw in my little kit. Yeah, I have some of those. Good night, everyone. Bye. 2 hours flew by. Yeah, they did. And I have a lot of dots now that I get to sort later. And then we had, as I mentioned, we have the double stick tape for this one is an 8x8 versus the 6x6. And between the two, I like the flexible one better. So I think I like the profile of it because I think you could put it on more places, even though it's only 1 stud or 2 studs larger on each side. This one just seems bulky to me. Okay, see you later, Max. Thanks for hanging out, and sorry about your friend. Toast to your friend. Great stream tonight. Record price amount for Thrifty Thursday, too, I would say. Yeah, yeah, this is $5.99. So I think, you know, if you want to get a $5.99 patch, and then I'm going to look at the you know, seeing if I could put together a little kit, and then you can have a Panda patch too. Word up. Have fun at Bricks by the Bay. Yes, and thanks for the reminder. Okay, so this weekend I'm still streaming. I'm probably going to stream Sunday my mocks, unless I decide to reach out to one of my friends to do maybe a builder's insight on Sunday. But I have to get ready for Bricks by the Bay, so definitely Thursday or Sunday on Twitch I'll be doing some of my builds or retrofitting some builds. One of them is I'm really going to try to get this motorized on my ramen shop. You remember that the ramen shop has a Panda sign on top, and somebody suggested I should try to motorize it. So that's one of the things that I want to do. The other thing is I've got the Mega Metropolis Multiverse. So if you haven't reached out to me yet, let me know if you want to send a 16x16 build to me, and then we'll add it into the Mega Metropolis Multiverse. But I need to know before the 19th because I have to register the mocks by the 19th. So let me know as soon as you can. And then on Wednesday, we'll have another episode of Lego Masters Season 1, Episode 3, and this is where Rebecca Roos, the wife of Jake Roos, will be on, along with my friend Sean Farr. So those 2 of them will be on, as well as me, Remy, and Chief Brick Geek. Chief Brick Geek is going to help Remy because I have to leave early because I have a board meeting that night. And then Thursday, I leave for Bricks by the Bay. So I won't be streaming Thursday or Sundays, the 2 Sundays. So we'll have a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back for the Lego Masters Season 1, Episode 4. So that's the plan, and I'll put that on the Discord server. I'm trying to be better about putting my schedule up there, but just wanted to thank you again for all your support. This was so much fun. And it was great, as Zach said, for a Thrifty Thursday. This is probably the least expensive Thrifty Thursday focus that I've had. And I really love this 6x6 patch. And now we have a Panda Patch. So we could, and as I mentioned, you should put this on a Velcro piece, sew it onto a Velcro piece, and then have the other side of the Velcro stitched onto your piece of clothing, and then you can peel this off and then wash your clothes and then put this back on again. And even the size is cool. I mean, look at that. That's like a perfect size. So yeah, totally excited about this. So thank you, Lego, for creating this product. Didn't think I would need a patch, but no, I'm glad I had. It's the Panda Patch. So, hit that like button, everyone. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Yes, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. I do Thrifty Thursdays, and I'll continue to do this at least until September, because when Lego Masters Season 3 shows up, they're streaming it on Wednesdays or broadcasting it on Wednesdays. So our review show will be Thursdays. So just to give you a heads up, the Thursday 9 o'clock show will likely be moving to 6 o'clock on Thursdays when Lego Masters Season 3 starts. Still in discussions with Remy about it, but just wanted to give everybody a heads up. But thank you again, everybody. You guys are awesome. It's so great having you here in the community. And Zach, Lena, Debo, Max, Brick Jedi, Vicarious Brickstress. We also had earlier, I want to say, who came in really early? Oh, a hooded one, of course. Yeah, everybody who's been a part of the chat. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, may the clutch be with you. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye.